The following are entries from the Lost War Journal of Bishop Havel. First entry. The great demon war rages. The fiends push onward relentlessly, crushing many soldiers to a pulp. Luckily my men do not shake so easily, but without them I feared the demons would overrun all of Lodren. To aid in our efforts, the Lord of Sunlight and his elite honor us by joining the field of battle. Also, Gwyn is gifted 2 powerful heirlooms for my services, a great shield and a weapon forged from the remains of a dragon during the War of Ancients, both a testament to my unyielding faith and Gwyn's strength as a conqueror. As a man of faith, I know I must take solace in Gwyn's authority, in his absolute power. Yet against all I hold sacred, I fear a darkness brewing within the great Lord Gwyn.
Some brave souls, warriors, or strugglers are fated to succeed, while others are doomed to fail and suffer ultimate pain, betrayal, and heartbreak. Unfortunately for Bishop Havel, the Rock, it's the latter. Yes, guys and gals, Bishop Havel was betrayed by his once dear friend and the so-called Lord of Sunlight, or Lord of Light, Gwyn, the father of so many children, including the nameless king, Gwendolyn, the youngest, a bastard child, and Guinevere, among so many more children who he and his beloved or mistresses had brought into this world, the worlds of Lordren, Lothric, as well as Grand Lake, if you want to include that. I personally do, but some people, some of the Souls fans within the Soulsborne community don't or wouldn't. But yes, guys and gals, Bishop Havel was indeed betrayed and backstabbed by Lord Gwyn, because Lord Gwyn had allowed Seath the Scaless, the Duke of Duke's Archive, who Gwyn had appointed as said Duke of the Archive within Orlando, to continue his experiments on the handmaidens of Princess Guinevere, which Guinevere inevitably found out, and it was one of so many reasons why she fled Orlando alongside the flame god Flam, and Gwendolyn had remained in Orlando until it became nothing but twilight and continued to serve in his father's name, his father who he never wanted. But that is a tale for another time. In this tale right here, however, Bishop Havel, he was a man who truly believed and followed in the ways of Lord Gwyn until he founded the Way of White, which was to counter the magic and sacrilegious teachings of the school of Bindheim magic, which originated from Seath the Scaless, and Seath the Scaless had fought alongside Lord Gwyn during the Age of Ancients against the mighty and ancient dragons. With every dragon they slew or slain, they lost a lot more, and Seath the Scaless had betrayed his own kind because he wanted nothing more than to gain immortality, because Seath the Scaless is a albino dragon, or albino dragon, which meant that he was mutated and had no scales of his own. His skin was a disease, and because of that he would die a mortal's death, which feared him as it did Lord Gwyn, because Lord Gwyn, he feared nothing but the dark, and the men who he feared would bring forth said dark. The age of dark would mean the end of his precious age of fire, and the age of the gods, the same gods who also fought alongside them, Gwyn, Seath the Scaless, and one of his lieutenants and dear friends, Bishop Havel, the Rock, who led his Havel Knights against the dragons using their steel and massive weapons. They defeated them, but Bishop Havel would soon realize Lord Gwyn, his once dear friend, has lost his mind, just as Seath the Scaless has lost his mind because of his obsession, his mad obsession to attain immortality by any means, even if it meant experimenting on the handmaidens of Princess Guinevere and so many more unfortunate victims of his vile and despicable experiments. And so came the plot against the gods, a period in time before the arrival of the potential Dark Lord in the chosen undead. The plot against the gods was a time in which so many had gathered in order to plot and defy the gods because the gods had betrayed them. Bishop Havel was one of so many factions and individuals who saw through the flaws and hypocrisies as well as cowardice of the gods themselves, and so because of this they choose to put a stop to the madness that is Lord Gwyn. this plot and defiance was meant to be a success, but Bishop Havel, he was betrayed by his own one member within his Havel Knights. His army of Havel Knights was a traitor who exposed him to Lord Gwyn, and after receiving words from the traitor himself about the plot against the gods and how Bishop Havel was one of the key figures in this plot and rebellion against the gods, Bishop Havel would be taken in and punished accordingly based on the fact that he betrayed his dear friend and Lord Gwyn, even though Gwyn was the one who betrayed him by siding with Seath the Scaless, because Havel, guys and gals, he had evidence that Seath the Scaless was conducting these experiments within Duke's archive, and Gwyn had turned a blind eye as he always did. These experiments, guys and gals, were inhumane, and the Pasakas were one of so many atrocities made by Seath the Scaless, who was already deformed outside, but there is nothing left of his so-called soul, nor was there anything left of Lord Gwyn, the fallen lord. He would be damned because of this eventually.
Duke's Archives Whispers. The Duke's Archives is a later area in the game that consists of a giant library, a prison tower, and gardens. If you remain still in the Duke's Archives for long enough, you may start to hear some eerie whispers in the background. Demon's Lantern managed to extract the audio files to make the whispers louder and cleaner. Many fans think that these whispers and cries are from the maidens who were abducted by the channelers.
Soon, guys and gals, soon you would come face to face with reality. You cannot delay the inevitable for long. The Age of Dark I refer to. But yes, guys and gals, Bishop Havel the Rock, there are two theories as to what happened to him. One theory is that Bishop Havel the Rock had become a dragon by searching or discovering the everlasting dragon within Ash Lake. This place, which was also used as a gathering spot for those who were indeed plotting against the gods. The most likely theory, which is the second one, he was captured and his armor was taken and placed beneath a basement within the castle of MR.GAMER. These two theories, of the two of them, I do believe in the second one more so than the first one. Some people still believe that the Havel Knight found in the tower in Undeadburg, he is indeed Bishop Havel the Rock, but I beg to differ, as do others. Who knows what exactly happened to him, guys and gals? All we do know is that Bishop Havel was one of the very few good souls, the good people in Lord Gwyn, who stood up against the gods when they have lost their ways and became demons. And Bishop Havel the Rock, he stood by what he believed in and stayed true to his principles and what he believes to be righteous and good. Bishop Havel was indeed a hero and a brave soul whose legacy would be passed on for the many years and centuries that followed, and because of that, he is one of my top 5 favorite characters in the Soul series. But thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please like, comment, subscribe if you wish, and do check out my other channel where I talk about movies, television programs, and anime series, etc. Until next time, peace out, take care, adios amigos, au revoir, and sayonara.